you are somebody who needs a computer, today is the day to bring it home. Because on October 14th, Windows 10 is no longer going to be supported. Well, this has Windows 11 in it. Woo! So you don't even need to worry about that. If you were to purchase this separately, you're looking at over $1,000 with $1,000 and change in order to bring this at home. Today, $349.98 to bring home this 15-inch laptop from HP, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, and you do get that HP mouse that is also included with this. Plus a year of MS365. MS365 means your Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all of that is coming included. Shipping and handling should be $13.74. It is coming to you for free shipping and handling, so that's another $13 that is back in your pocket. Not only are you saving $99 from that QVC price, but an additional $13 on top of that for total savings about $112 and change. E325618 is your item number. The one that you see Craig working on right now, that is called the Aquamarine Sky. There's less than 400 of those to go around. In the center here, we have the diamond white with less than 400 there. We also have the moonlight blue. That's going to be your best bet if you want to bring it home. Moonlight blue right here is your best bet. And then finally, the last color that we have is our most limited option, and that one is a lavender option. The lavender is going to be a true purple, but there's less than 150 of those to go around, and that is it. Not a lot of numbers, not high numbers here in inventory when we're considering that people are going back to school rather soon, and everybody's looking for laptops now more than ever because of Windows 10 no longer being supported. A lot of people are saying, well, you know what, let's just get a new machine. You could do so today for $349 or an easy pay of $70. This is a really extraordinary computer that has a lot in it.
Yeah, and a great size, too. 15-inch size, the most popular size in laptop computers in the PC marketplace. The reason for that, Justin just hinted about it, right? Talking about the back-to-school time. This is the perfect in-your-backpack size computer. It fits perfectly in a regular backpack, yet when you open it up, you still get the massive screen size. And that's a big story because whether you're watching some fun stuff on the QVC HSN Plus page or you're trying to get the job done, we all like big screen TVs, right? Don't we want to have a big screen computer? You get that with this HP laptop and all the great specs inside.
It's a touch, isn't it?
Yeah, touchscreen, I believe. Yeah.
So you've got
We can do some touching, Justin.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, we've got that touch.
We can do that.
Capability in here as well. We've got the ability to utilize that backlit keyboard on here. Full numeric keypad that we have. You are talking about flash storage here, so that's faster processing that we're talking about with that. Actually, I don't think it is touch. I think that I had the wrong information there, so not a touch screen.
Nope.
But that's quite all right because you still are going to be able to use the trackpad and the mouse on this to be able to navigate the screen. Let's talk about the ports and take a tour of this, though, because to me, when I'm looking for a computer, that's a pretty important part to it.
It is. You want to get a whole tour of the entire chassis. It starts with that gorgeous 15-inch screen that we're looking at. I have the Aquamarine Sky in front of me. Starts with that great screen, and then right here is a big call out. HP puts in a high-definition webcam right into the bezel of their laptop computers. Because with a webcam, it's not just a fun, cute-to-have thing. It used to be a fun, cute-to-have thing. Not anymore. Now you need it because so many people are doing the Teams calls, the Zoom calls, whatever, built right in here into the bezel. And you'll notice these two little dots right here on either side of the webcam. Dual microphones as well to help pick up quality audio so that they can hear you clearly. You'll also be able to hear them as well. And HP also includes a little privacy shield here too, which I love because oftentimes before you get on that Zoom call, okay, I'm ready to go, but I got to go grab my cup of coffee. I have to do a couple things. Easily turns off access to that camera. You have complete control. Take a look at that keyboard. And by the way, look at that Aquamarine Sky. That is absolutely gorgeous on the interior. Full-size keyboard, and you're also going to notice right down here, numeric keypad as well. That's a big story for anyone who has to crunch any numbers. Below that, there's your fingerprint scanner, so easy to log on. Your great Intel logo there, letting you know you got the Intel processor inside. Oversized trackpad. And Justin, you were asking about all those connection ports. Let's dive right in. On the left side of the computer, we have a USB port. followed by an HDMI out. So if you want to plug this into an external monitor or you want to plug it into, let's say, your big screen television, you can do that. USB-C as well, so the old and the new. And we also have a headphone jack right there, but this will work with Bluetooth technology. And then I spin it around the other way. We've got one more USB port and then your power adapter as well.
Everything that you need, all built in, and yet it still comes in at 3.5 pounds, which is crazy because you and I both know, we were talking like 17-inch computers, they used to be like 8 pounds.
Yeah.
This is a 15-inch computer, so a little bit smaller in that size, which means it's more manageable. You still have that backlit keyboard, and you still have that numeric keypad. You wouldn't have that in a 13 or 14-inch. The numeric keypad only starts at the 15-inch. And what we're also bringing to you is a phenomenal value. If you purchase it separately, it would be $1,019.38. Today, $349.98. We have Windows 11 that is a part of this. Walk us through Windows 11 and why that is so important to have.
Yeah, it's a big story. It's the latest operating system from Microsoft, but really it's been around for over 3 years now, closing in on 4. What they did with Windows 11 is they redesigned the way the interface looks, making it easier. So if you're one of those people out there that go, I'm not that techie, I don't quite know how to do this and that, trust me, with Windows 11, it's remarkably easier. Relocating the start button right smack to the middle of the toolbar there, easier to search for all the great things. Another thing I really like as well, not only do you get great colors on the outside of your HP computer because of the great relationship we have between QVC and HP, but also pick your own theme, and this is my favorite feature. We'll try to demonstrate this later in the presentation. It's called Snap, and what makes this spectacular is you're able to snap different windows open at the same time and interact with all of them. So you don't have to play that little squeeze around the windows to see how it's going to look on the screen. This does it for you. Also easier to interact with people as well, whether you're sending a text message, whether it's an email, a video chat. Widgets is one of my personal favorites. It's quick access to things like your news, your photograph, your sports scores, your weather. Also notifications built in there as well. So nice and simple. Multiple ways to interact with the computer too. You can use the trackpad. You can type away. You can even talk to this computer as part of the Windows 11 operating system. Multitasking with ease, plus an unrivaled gaming experience. Just to be clear, this is not a high-tech gaming computer that you see for $2,000, $3,000, but there's some great games that you can dive into with this machine. And also access to that Microsoft Store with Android apps. Over 1 million different apps. You want to do your TikTok dances? You want to check out TikTok Shop with QVC? You can do that. You can get the job done. You can do almost anything on this Windows 11 machine.
Yeah, you'll find me on that TikTok Shop, by the way. I'm there Monday night. I'm coming up 6 to 9. When we are talking about this computer, you brought up a good point. This is not a computer that you're going to use for that high-intense gaming. No. It's not going to be able to handle that.
Yeah.
So let's dive into what this computer is. Who is it for? Because I get and understand that at $349, you may say to yourself, like, hold on a second, what's the catch? I thought computers were $700, $800, $1,100. Computers that have higher specs to them, like more gigabytes in RAM or more gigabytes of storage, you're going to find with that.
Absolutely.
But this is more of that entry level. This is more of that everyday use, right?
That's what it really is. This is not for the high intense, hey, I'm editing 17 videos at the same time.
Right.
This computer is designed for so many of the QVC customers out there. You want a machine that you can turn it on in the morning, check your email, use that Microsoft Office, whether it's creating a spreadsheet or a document, be able to surf the web, stream your favorite content. This is for that everyday use, which honestly, Justin, is what most people are using computers for. They're an essential tool that we need, whether it's for you. Maybe you're retired and you just want something to stay in contact with your friends and surf the web. Maybe you're thinking about that junior high school student, the high school student, the college student in your family who needs a new laptop to go back to school in the fall. For a lot of those great tasks, this is a perfect machine that can handle all of it.
I think of my grandparents who they travel every year down to Florida. They go for about 4 weeks, 6 weeks, somewhere in between there. And I remember the day that they got their laptop, which it's got to be 8 or 9 years ago now, and they're definitely due for a new one. But they got the laptop because they have their desktop at home that they love, they rely on, they sit there, they pay all their bills, they do their online banking, they check in on everything there, they plan their trips. But they were like, our desktop, we're not taking with us on the airplane. We're not taking with us to Florida. We're not driving it all the way down there. Instead, they got a laptop for that, so that their life that they run doesn't get interrupted anyway just because they're on the go. And that's the point. And the reason why laptops are so popular is because this is your computer on the go. Now, it used to be that laptops didn't have the same power of what a desktop did. Now,
Those days are gone.
Those days are gone.
Yeah,
It's really a personal preference now of do you want a desktop or do you want a laptop? And because of the ports that we give you here, if you wanted to take that HDMI cable and plug it into a monitor, you can turn this into a desktop. All you need to decide today is, do you want it in that aquamarine sky that you see in front of Craig? Would you like to bring it at home here in that diamond white? Do you want it in the moonlight blue? Or do you want to bring it at home in our lavender, which is the most limited option by far? So if you want that lavender, that will be the first one to sell out. $349.98. This should be $449 every day on QVC.com, which is a big difference from the if purchased separately price of $1,019 if you were to go elsewhere. But I like that easy pay of $70 on any major credit card. Shipping to you for free, and it also includes MS365. Let's dive into that, because MS365, a lot of people, I think, when they hear that and hear Microsoft, they think of Word. And that's the first one that comes to mind.
Most popular one, yes.
But there's a lot of other programs that come included.
It's the whole suite, and MS365 is a subscription service, so you could purchase it later down the road if you wanted to. We're just going to give it to you for the first year. And you talked about Word, that's the big program, being able to interact. Think about that student out there being able to collaborate with people at the same time on the same document. Absolutely amazing. You want to organize anything, whether it's the family budget, whether you're volunteering at an event with a local charity or a church, this is a great way to do it with Excel. PowerPoint, I've got a daughter heading off to college in a couple of weeks. She's been using PowerPoint for her presentations since she was in elementary school.
Right.
This is a powerhouse program that really makes you shine. Also, some great features with Microsoft Teams, which is transitioning from Skype on there. Also, another big story, you have a terabyte, 1,000 gigabytes of cloud storage as part of that Microsoft Office suite for the entire year. So if you're thinking to yourself, all right, what do I want to store on the computer? Now you have a terabyte of storage in the cloud. And what's great about that, of storing things in the cloud, is you don't have to use this machine to get access to it. So let's say you have some great family photos.
Right.
Why not store them in the cloud? Because I can use this HP to access them. I could share that login with some other people all over the place. They could all get access to the same content. You don't have to store things necessarily on your laptop, which we used to think was the only way to store things back in the day.
When we think about that cloud storage and you get with this that terabyte from MS365 that you can use, I think about it like a storage unit, where if I have a storage unit and I have the code to it, I can get into it. But now I can give that code to my mom and my dad and my brothers, my husband, and whoever, and they can all have access to it as well. I can take things in, I can take things out. I can store a lot more in my storage unit than I can inside of my closet at my house. And so we love that we give you that as part of the MS365. But what you do have here still is 128 gigabytes of built-in flash-based memory. And when we're talking about that, there's two components. Number one is the number, 128.
That's right.
We'll dive into how much we can hold there in a second. But the flash-based storage to it means no moving parts.
That's right.
Means it's faster processing to be able to get in and out everything. So for a lot of us, that's an upgrade from the machine that we're having. But what does 128 hold? What does that look like?
We're talking about thousands of photographs and videos, also hour after hour of high-definition video, your music library as well. So 128 gigabytes is a massive storage locker. By the way, they're showing you right there. So
there it is.
How about those timely graphics? 100,000 photos, 47,000 songs. The guys upstairs, they're pros.
Pretty
here at
good.
QVC. So for most people out there, Justin, 128 gigabytes is going to be plenty for all of their storage. But I like the fact, especially if you want to download more content, especially videos, they take up larger spaces, to have that cloud storage on top is really something special. And that's what you get. Again, why do you get computers at QVC? Because you get all those little extras that add on top, like the special colors from HP and things like Microsoft Office for a year, the mouse, all that great stuff.
Copilot. That is a part of that.
I love it.
It's AI, so artificial intelligence. We hear a lot of that. That's a pretty big buzzword right now, AI.
Yes, it is.
I actually just had a call with Microsoft this past week, who develops Windows 11. And I was able to do a little training on some of the AI technology that is coming out. And let me tell you, it is going to blow you away what this can do and the way it can make your life so much more simple and easy. Can you give us some examples of how we'll use Copilot?
Yeah, I got a great example here. So the today's special value, the Christmas trees that we have here at QVC.
Yeah.
I'm on the QVC webpage right now. And all I did while Justin was chatting, because I had a feeling you were going to ask me for a Copilot demo.
You read my mind.
I highlighted the description that goes into the today's special value.
Okay.
This is one thing that Copilot can do. So after highlighting it, I'm